Happy Saturday, crew. So today I got 3 kind of fun blocks for you guys. The first block is going to just be first game to 100 reps. We're going to break it up into 4 rounds. The first round we got 40 reps of all 3 exercises, then 30, then 20, then 10. After that quick little break, we'll talk about round 2, everything on the timer. Quick little break, we'll talk about round 3, everything on the timer. Block 2, you want some dumbbells for it, and block 3, just think about it's going to reopen us up so we can have a successful Saturday. So that being said, let's talk about block 1. We start off with burpees. So on these ones, you don't need to give me that push-up because they are coming later. So you start standing, plant those hands, step or hop it back, hit that plank position, hop it on forward, and jump it up. After we've done 40 of those, we're going to go into that push-up position, either on toes or on knees, keeping that core nice and engaged for 40 push-ups. Then we stand it up, feet shoulder width apart, sit down in those hips, get that depth, drive it up and open up those hips for 40 squats. Again, same time through, we go to 30 reps of everything, then 20, then 10, then we'll talk about round number 2. So without further ado, let's shake it on off, stretch out what you need to, and let's get ready with 40 burpees in 3, 2, and 1. Let's have some fun with it. Step or hop back, hit that plank, hop it up. 2, 3, 4. Notice how the shoulders over wrists, keeping that core tight every time we hit that plank. 8, 9, 10 down. 15, keeping it going. 16. Remember to find your pace. 19. There's 20, halfway. 23. 24. 25. Ooh. 9, 30, 3, 35, 37, 38, 39, and 40. Whew. That takes us into 40 push-ups. Knees are toes. Again, finding that flow as we go. Keeping that core nice and engaged. Playing with that depth. 8, 30, 1, 7, 8, 9, 40. Whew. That takes us to those 40 squats. Sit down on those hips, drive up, squeeze, open at the top. Remember, you don't want to get stuck, hunched all the time, open all the way. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 19, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 30. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 38, 39. Here's 40. Whew. Now we're gonna go down to 30 reps of everything. So give it a smidge bit quicker and take that breath if you need it. And then right into it. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, there's 20, 10 more. 1, 2, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Now we go down to 30 push-ups and then 30 squats. Okay. Finding that push-up position. Take it up when you're ready. Whew, 30 of those squats, 10 feet shoulder width. Play with that depth, open all the way at the top. Whew. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 10 more. 6, 7, 8. One more. Here's 30. Whew. Starting back at burpees. We're down to 20 reps. And things get a little quicker. Remember, take those breaks if you need them. Trying to always hit that plank. And 20. Whew, that means 20 push-ups. Again, find that push-up position. Knees or toes. Keep that core tight. 20 bodyweight squats. And we're on our final round of 10s. Whew. Looking solid, crew. Halfway. 19, 20, going down to 10 of everything, starting with those burpees. Whew. Nine, 10 of those push-ups, then 10 squats. Then we get that break. Ten of those squats. Whew. Sink back in those hips. Remember, open up all the way. 9 and 10. Woo. Catching that breath. Now we're going to talk about round number 2. This one's timed. 90 seconds of all 3 exercises. Same time through on the minute. Third time on the 30. We start with that thruster. Holding those weights over those shoulders. Feet about shoulder width apart. 60% down in that squat. When you exhale, you explode those shoulders up. Control them down, explode. It's like you want to leave the ground, but you're not. If those shoulders are too much for you, just give me that explosion, keep the weights by those shoulders. We take it down the ground for a bridge fly. So we squeeze those hips up, core is tight, arms in line with that chest. Super slow on that way down. Drive up and squeeze on the way up. Option, slight bend in that elbow as we go through. Then we flip it over for a plank low row. So in that plank position, you can be on knees or on toes. Where you drive that weight up, control it down. Remember, you don't want to move those hips around a lot, so you can always widen that base support by separating the knees or the toes. Focus on squeezing that core. Let's shake it on out. We start with 90 seconds of everything, starting with those thrusters. We get moving here in 3, 2, and 1. Let's thrust. About 60% of that squat. Exhale, explode up. Control it on down. Oh, and my timer is not going. That's awkward. Looking good, crew. You're gonna control down, sit into it, exploding. Focus on that explode up. Just throw the weights up overhead for you. Use your shoulders only to control that downward motion. Looking good, third of the way through. Try and find that tempo. Here in about 35 seconds, we flip it into that bridge fly. Just 15. Keep that body moving. Crew, we take it into that bridge fly in 3, 2, 1. 90 seconds here in that bridge fly. Hips are nice and high. Weights in line with that chest. Slow and control that opening. Squeeze together. Focusing on squeezing that chest. Looking solid here. All about that slow, controlled opening. Weights in line with that chest. They should not be up by those earlobes or that chinny chin chin. Looking good, we're halfway through. Remember, we go long one time and then things get shorter. "30 seconds and we flip it over into that plank low row. Looking good, just 15. Find that control. We flip it over for that plank low row in 3, 2, and 1. So we're in that plank position, knees or toes. Nice wide stance. Control that weight going up. Come back down. Try not to throw those hips. And remember, shoulder goes back over that wrist. Looking solid. You can squeeze those butt cheeks, watch those hips from rotating. Halfway there. When we pick it back up, we're gonna go to thrusters. Everything on the minute. We got just 30 till it happens. So take it up and go back to thrusters on the minute in 3, 2, and 1. Back to thrusters. Sit back, slowly up, control it on down. Looking good, crew. Still use that explosion from those hips to help get those weights overhead. "30 seconds. Just 15. Then bridge fly on the minute. Take down, bridge fly in 3, 2, and 1. Bridge position. Opening up through that chest. Squeeze it together. Keeping that core tight. Looking good. Keep those wrists strong. Find that tempo. Hips stay high. Halfway through. Here in about 15, we go into that plank low row. Let's get ready to flop it over in 3, 2, 1, and plank low row on that minute. After this, you got one more round. Everything on the 30. Right now, focus on that control down. Try not to throw those hips. Coming up to 30 seconds. Then we go back up to thrusters. We pop back up, going back to everything on the 30 with those thrusters in 3, 2, and 1. Slowly, controlling. Last 90 seconds before that break. Let's keep that body moving. All these exercises go super quick. 15 to that bridge fly. In 3, 2, and 1. Bridge fly. Core tight. Open from that chest. Squeeze together. Looking solid here, crew. We got 15. Last 30 seconds. We on that plank low row. In 3, 2, and 1. Last 30. Drive it up. Control it down. Just 15. Hang on to it. Crew, we get that break in 3, 2, and 1. We can ditch those weights, shake it on out. This last block is more intended to open up the body, but it's still a little bit of work. So 3 exercises, each one on the minute. The first is a combo, animal squat into an Everest opener. So what that looks like is you're in that plank position, sit those hips down back. When you come back to that plank, take 1 foot up, open that chest, back into it. Then we switch sides. Remember, you want to pause every time you hit that plank position to make sure those hips are open. From there, we'll go in that kneeling position, hips on those heels, drive up, squeeze, stand it up, back down, hips to heels, alternating those sides. At the end of that minute, we go into a walkout shoulder tap. So from that stand, walk it into that plank, core tight, tap your shoulders, walk it on back, stand it up. When we tap those shoulders, we're going to try not to throw those hips too much. So without further ado, let's shake it out. Get ready for that animal squat into Everest opener in 3, 2, and 1. Starting that plank, go back to the animal squat, drive forward, foot comes to the outside, open up, back into it. Getting some great shoulder and hip mobility, building here. Come up to the last 10, then we'll switch it, kneel to stand. In 3, 2, and 1. So you start hips on heels, drive up, squeeze, stand it up, back down, hips on heels, stand it up, opposite leg first this time, and back down. Again, focusing on opening up those hips every time we come up, then standing up, right back down. Trying to alternate those legs as we go. And hopefully you're not putting your knee on a tiny pebble every time, because that's buggy. the end of this minute, here in about 15 seconds, we got that walkout plank shoulder tap, building that core, and those shoulders a little bit more. In 3, 2, and 1. We walk it out, hit that plank, core tight, tap those shoulders, walk it back, throw those hands in the air. Trying not to rotate those hips as we tap those shoulders. So you might find that you need to widen that base support between those feet or go to those knees. Looking good, crew. 30 down, 30 until we go back to the top for round 2 with 3. Whew, 15. Crew, we've got that animal squat to Everest step. In 3, 2, and 1. I separate those feet a little bit wider, drive it back and forward. Then I open it up, hit that plank again, back and forward, hit the plank, open up, plank it again. Looking solid, 30 down, 30 to go. Just 15. Crew, we take it kneel to stand in 3, 2, and 1. Kneel it, squeeze it, stand it, back down it. Remember, trying to alternate those sides as we go. And then try and get those hips all the way down every rep. Squeeze at the top before we stand. Looking solid, 30 down, 30 to go. And this is doing some great work to reassess those hips. We're using that core. Here in 10, we got those walkouts, shoulder taps in 3, 2, and 1. Walk it out. Tap those shoulders, keep that core tight, walk it back. Ooh. At the end of this, we just got one more round. Looking solid, crew. About 20 seconds, we go into that final round of that animal squat and the Everest opener. Get ready for the animal squat Everest opener. Final minute in 3, 2, 1. Starting that final round. Sit back. Grab it forward, and we know what to do. In this round, we should find some more hip flexibility, a little bit more spinal rotation ability. "30 seconds. Let's get ready for that kneel to stand. Last time round in 3, 2, and 1. Kneel it to stand it. And back down it. Up. For some reason, just keep tapping my knee on something. It's quite exciting. Looking good, crew. We're coming up to the last 15 before that walkout shoulder tap. Whew. Okay, we're still always focusing on opening up those hips. Stand it tall. Let's get ready. Walkout shoulder tap in 3, 2, and 1. Walk it out. Squeeze that core. Tap those shoulders. Walk it on back. Ooh. Looking solid, crew. We got about 15. Let's keep it moving. And crew, we got just 3, 2, and 1.